Hello and welcome to Sheba online classes. Standard 8, 2 units we finished completely. Now we are entering into the third unit. I'll be taking that is a poem, Making Life Worthwhile, written by George Eliot. Okay, now this totally is a moral values, telling you about moral values. All right, that is something to do with your develop your character. Okay, such kind of a poem is not just a description of nature. Actually, poems are mainly describing nature and all of that kind of poems. So this George Eliot is telling something about moral values. Okay, how you should be, how you should take life. So I'll be reading the poem and then I explain to you line by line. Okay, the heading itself is, you can understand, making life worthwhile. So how do you make your life worthwhile? What do you do to make your life worthwhile? So how should you be? You should develop your good personality. Okay, that means you should have developed a good character. Everybody should talk about you. So you're a good person, like that. Okay, so that's what he's saying. How to make a life worthwhile? Read this poem, you will know, he said. Every soul that touches yours, be it the slightest contact, get there from some good. Some little grace, one kindly thought, one aspiration yet unfelt, one bit of courage for the darkening sky, one gleam of faith to brave the thickening ills of life, one glimpse of brighter skies to make this life worthwhile, and heaven a surer heritage. Okay, surer heritage, sorry, mistake. So what is saying? How to make life worthwhile. So these are the things. That is what? That is, every soul means what? Every person. What's the meaning of the every soul? Every person that touches your heart. That is the every soul. Soul means every person that touches your heart. That is by doing something good, no? If one person is doing something good to you, what will you do? You just forget it. Whatever, you just forget whatever he is doing and just continue your life, and not turn and tell and thank you to that person. We can't do that. No, definitely, automatically our heart itself will say, thank you very much for helping me, isn't it? Definitely. So be the slightest contact, that is a small help at least. Not be saying a very big help or some life changer, not like that. A small kind of help. In case emergency, you have not brought your food, so he is sharing his food with you. That is also one help, no? That is also by sharing his lunch with you, that is he is sharing his affection, isn't it? So what should you do? Immediately you should be grateful to that person. You must be grateful. That gratefulness will take you a long way. Okay, so every soul that touches yours, be it the slightest contact, that is a small thing also, you should value it. That's what he's saying. Get there from some good. So learn the good from there. Whatever is being taught to you, whatever is around you, no, we see in our life, most of it is a lot of people have a fake identity. That means they don't really show their affection. That is, they show mostly, they'll talk very nicely to you, but inward there will be so much hatred. Okay, they will say, oh, this, simply they will have a sweet smile on their face. That is not that is full of people. A lot of frauds around our thing. Lot of people, fraudsters everywhere. Okay, every business, every occupation has got something or the other. Some fault is there. People have gone from bad to worse. So in such kind of a situation, no, any person is showing love to you, showing affection to you, immediately you must value that person. Okay, very few people are like that. So we should value such people. Show your gratitude towards them. Okay, a slightest little bit good if she does also, take it as something big. All right. Get there from some good. Learn from them. They are good. Then some little grace, one kindly thought. That is, what is the meaning of grace here? Here it's a charm, your elegance. So how will you show it to them? Again, one person is doing good to you means immediately you should react and say you must be grateful. You show your charm to them. You be very kind. You be affectionate. Then see, a kindly thought. That is a thinking, not only by doing, but by thinking also you are doing something great. One person, if you thinks well, no, he will do well. Okay, that is important. Through your mind also, you should think good about that person. Okay, one kindly thought, one aspiration yet unfelt. That is, ambition of becoming a successful person will start from there only. If you think good about others, no, even your life will change. Okay, if you think good about yourself, that is, think good about others, even your life will change. You will achieve a lot of success in life. Okay. Then achieving a wish, ambition. That what's meaning aspiration? Aspiration means your ambition. One aspiration, that is one ambition, yet unfelt, of achieving your wish, immediately it will be achieved. Okay. One bit of courage. One bit of courage means what? Courage is here is a bravery. How brave you are to face the situation. Bravery to step into the world. That is such a bad world this is. You must be brave enough to step into that world. Okay, so you must, against all odds, against all odds, life is not a bed of roses, alright? Life is not good for everybody. Today it's sadness, tomorrow it's happiness. So both together only is life. Okay, in that kind of a situation, in that kind of a horrible life, you must be brave enough. Okay, so that's what he is saying. A bit of courage from the darkening sky. One gleam of faith in the darkening sky he is referring to the world. Darkening sky, that is such a dark, that is so many bad people are around us. So many those who want not our good or bad, like that kind of people are there. So being such a society, such a world, you must always have courage. You must be brave enough to face. One gleam of faith, that is faith that shows brightly, that is it will shine brightly on your face. That is what? The faith. You must have faith in yourself, faith in others. Okay, like that. One gleam of faith to brave the thickening ills of life, to face the evil obstacles of life. That is thickening ills of life. That means around you, you are surrounded with people who want you to not achieve. That kind of a people, no, you should have faith in yourself and achieve. Against all odds, keep going in front. Don't look back. Alright? To brave the thickening ills of life, that is to face the evils of obstacles of life. One glimpse of brighter skies to make this life worthwhile. So must always have a positive outlook. You always have a positive outlook to life. Do not always think negative. Don't think, oh, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. Nothing is impossible. We can do it. You have faith, hope, confidence in yourself, have the determination to do anything, and the main thing is you must be brave enough to face the world. If you all these qualities you got, no, definitely what will achieve what he is saying? To make this life worthwhile and heaven a surer heritage. That means you are able to achieve the best thing what is life? The heavens. You are able to, God's affection also you are going to gain, it seems. That's what he is saying. You can also achieve God's and heaven a surer heritage. That means a property. Heaven is your property. That will become your property. God will become your property. That's what he is saying. God will also be very happy with you. If you are brave enough, if those who show little love to you, you show them the gratitude. You keep them in front of you, keep them in your heart, show them your gratitude. All this, definitely these qualities God likes very much. Okay, so that's what he's saying. Last, heaven a surer heritage. So all this put together only will make your life a worthwhile, a valuable life. Then you can say, oh, I have lived my life worthwhile. I cannot say. Then afterwards, when you come to old age, you should not think, oh, I have wasted my life. No, I have not looked after my elderly parents. I have not spoken a good word to them. I have not spoken a good word to anybody. Not like that. You should always be a happy, contented person when you are attain old age. You must always think, oh, I have done my work well. I have been a good son. I have been a good daughter, good mother or a father, whatever your position is. I have been a good person in life. That's what should be that's how you can make your life worthwhile. That's what the poet is telling, George Eliot. Hope you understood this poem, and whatever the book back exercise given to you. See the repetition, that is repetition in the previous poem also you would have seen. Now here also what is the repetition here is, see that? One gleam, one bit, one aspiration, one glimpse. So the one has been repeated. That is known as, in the figure of speech, that is known as repetition. Okay, I'll write on the board, you will see it. Figure of speech is repetition. This is the figure of speech given to you. Figure of speech. Earlier poems you learnt about personification, you learnt about metaphor, isn't it? Now here you are learning about repetition. Repetition means, see the words, one aspiration, one bit, one gleam, one glimpse. So it has been repeated. So, these words are repeated 4 times. So that is known as repetition. In case if they ask you, one line is given to you, pick out the figure of speech. That means you have to write the figure of speech is repetition. Alright, hope you understood that. Hope you understood that is what is rhyming scheme, rhyming words. If the 4 lines will be given to you, you take only the last part of the word, last part of the sentence, that is only the rhyming word. Rhyming scheme, how should you present it? A, B, C, D. That is small A, B, C, D. If the words are rhyming, then you must repeat the word. Okay, understood that? Hope you understood the poem, the explanation of the poem. Do the book back exercise. Fill in the blanks. Okay, do it. Okay, let's continue. That is, I'll be taking grammar now. That is, I'll be taking kinds of adjectives. Now, what are the kinds of sentences? What is the first thing is, how many important, that is noun, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, pronouns, like that, no? Now, out of that, nouns we have learned last time. That is collective noun we have learned. Proper noun, collective noun, common noun we have learned. Now I am taking adjectives. Okay. Now adjectives, kinds of adjectives. What is it? What are the kind of adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, adjective of number, and then demonstrative adjective, interrogative adjectives. These are the main types of adjectives. This is based, everything is based in this itself. Okay, so you will understand this, then the rest of it, writing adjectives is very, very easy. You just know what are adjectives, you know, no? Adjectives are describing words. That is describing words. How will you describe? This girl is very beautiful, that boy is very handsome. That's what you know, no? Describing. Not only describing, that is only not describing color and then name, occupation, everything comes under adjectives. Okay, so all this together only is adjective. Okay, let me start with the adjective of quality. That word itself you can understand. Quality means what? A person's quality. That is, it describes a person or a thing, a quality of a person. How easy? So question, what kind of a question you will be asking? The question you will ask is, what kind? Okay, what kind? So adjective of quality, the clue word is what kind of a question you will ask. I'm looking at the sentence. First is sentence will be given to you, for example. Now how will you find out whether this is quality, quantity or whatever? So first you must see the sentence and see what kind you see. If the kind is told to you, then it is quality. Okay, so adjective of quantity is, the question is asked is what kind. Now see the example you see. He is an honest man. So what kind of a man he is? He is an honest man. What quality he has got? He has got honesty. He is an honest person. So now you got that now? Adjective of quality is the quality of a person. Okay, so what is it? What kind of a person he is? Question will be asking. Answer is he is an honest man. So honesty is the quality. Got that now? Now next one is adjective of quantity. That is, you can understand how much, what is the question will be asking? Quantity means how much. Isn't it? Automatically quantity itself we will understand is how much you have got. So how much is the question will be asking. So see the example. Describing the amount, how much amount, okay, that is what is the how much we will be asking. I ate some rice. How much have you eaten? You have eaten some rice. So I ate some rice is the question, the example I am giving that. So some is the adjective here. Adjective of quantity. Okay. I ate some rice. So this also in this place you will be thinking, okay, this is at least describing one person. That is openly adjective is given there. Now what is this some? Some is given. Nothing is describing that noun. No. This I. Nothing is describing. So that's what I think you should know this first. So adjective of quantity tells you this is also an adjective. So I ate some rice. Got it now? The sum is the quantity. So what is the question will be asking? How much? Now you got the answer? Yes. Next is adjective of number. There will be in one sentence. Here also same thing, you will be thinking, what is this? This also is number, this also is something to quantity, but this is different. See there. Adjective of number is, what is the question will be asking is, how many in order? First, second, third, fourth, no, this will come in this only. Okay, so what is this? This is how much, this is how many in order. Alright, now adjective of number. Now what's the thing? Example you see, each hand has 5 fingers. So each hand has got 5 fingers. What is the order? Each hand has got 5 fingers. So that is this, each has got 5 fingers. This is the adjective, that is adjective of number. How many numbers? 5. How many hands? Each hand has got 5 fingers. So this is the number, that also is number. Got that now? Next you are coming to demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative. Now these words, this, that, those, these are all demonstrative. That is telling you, oh, this bottle is blue in color, this board is green in color. Okay, so demonstrative, you are picking and telling this particular thing is demonstrative. Got that now? So see the answer. Question is, there will be no question here. You have to understand. Demonstrative means that the looking at the sentence itself will be it is openly told that it is this. So this, that, these, those, these are the clues for you. Okay, this, that, these, those are the clues. This is also known as demonstrative adjectives. This, that, these, those. So example, you see, this lady is my teacher. Which lady? This lady is my teacher. So this is given to you. This is adjective. This is also an adjective. Okay, got that? Telling about that teacher. So this is an adjective, the demonstrative. So this particular lady is my teacher. Got that now? Now this, okay, next one, last one is same thing. The same thing you are taking it as a question. So only got interrogative adjective. What is interrogative? What's the meaning of interrogative? Asking a question. Interrogative means asking a question. So same thing, you turn it. That is, you bring that this to the other end. See there. Whose book is this? Got it now? Now this is gone this side. Now this become a question mark. So interrogative adjective is you are putting the adjective in a question form. Okay. Now whose book is this? So this is gone that side. See there? As a question mark. As a question it is there. Sentence is changed into a question. So same thing I can change. Now this lady. Who is this lady? Who is that lady? So again I am taking the same sentence, I am changing into a question. Same thing, that's nothing, not at all difficult at all. Easy to understand, no? Hope you understood fully. See the adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, adjective of number. These are the questions. Write it down. Now what you do is, you got your English book with you. English book you got, English notebook you got, no? In that I want, that is the long size notebook you got, or short whatever. That is divided into two. Front part is for your prose and poetry. The next half is for your grammar. So whatever grammar is taken in the video class, I want everything to be written in the classwork. Okay. So whatever I have taken till now, how many video classes we have taken? All the video classes, write that by date. Write the date of the video class. This grammar is taken, so and so each page, because in case when we are going to reopen, we will be taking that as we will be giving you marks for all that. Those who attended the video class, write the date. I am telling you, write the date, and then what has been taken in the video class. Write down all that. That is the today I have taken, for example, what's the date today? 19th. 19th I have taken this. So that should be written in your classwork. Alright. So this is it. The kinds of adjectives, everything, this clue words, the examples, everything should be written, and in your classwork. That is book page number 47. Book page number 47. Exercise is given. I want you to write it down for homework. Alright. Hope you understood. Thank you.